We're starting to record. Today, we're going to do a different kind of squat. The hip hinge is the one that I capitalize on a lot, which is the one that's going to get you up out of the seat, mostly. But this one, you need to start putting in your little bank of things that you're going to do. If you're going to be walking, you're kind of have creaky knees or they're bothering you a little bit, you need to capitalize on the move I'm going to show you. We're going to do it right with me. And gluteal, butt muscles. That's where you need to capitalize on if you don't want to have so much knee pain. Okay? So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, I'm doing good. Everybody, we got a good group on starting. And so what am I going to do to start with? I'm going to start with my feet going straight. Number one. I'm not barefooted. I could be barefooted. But here's what you've got to ask yourself. See, step forward and then step forward. Don't take your knee over your toe. Just keep it in line with your ankle. That's very important in this first move. Just step like you're going to walk. See? And then dip a little. So I'm going to turn to the side so you'll see what I'm talking about. So if we were going to go for a walk, it would just be like this, correct? Just be like that, right? Well, one of the big deals about loading, strength training, is loading your muscles and your bones, but sparing the joints. So now take that walk like this, take this, and just hesitate as we take a step. So there's my step. So now what do I want to do? I don't want to shove my knee out over my toe yet. I do want to deepen the move, but not a lot. That's the trick. See this? See this lowering? Lowering of your center of gravity. So think of your belly button as your center, okay? A lot of people, when they take the step, so now I'm going to take the next step, take the step. See, it's not overly wide, nor being very careful. It's just a step. Then I'm going to keep my knee pretty much in line with my ankle, and I'm just going to lower this. So you know what that does? That puts a really good stretch on your Achilles, plantar fasciitis, calf, all the way down. Soleus, because my knee is bent just a little. And then I'm going to step back, and I'm going to step back, and I'm going to step back. Okay? So here's your center of gravity, right here at your belly button. So we've already established that when you just take a normal walk, see this? Right here is where a lot of you lose the whole point of the move that I'm just explaining. Right here, when I take that first step. You know why? Because you've rounded your back. You take a step like this, and you don't even know you're doing it. So I'm saying that very first, I went through this one time when I was in Tennessee, when I was exercising with y'all. Anyway, get a clean, take a big breath, cleansing breath. Mac, you want to get up? I have to help Matt get up. Oh, he got up. Okay, here we go. Center of gravity is here. You take the first step like a normal walk. But what are you doing with that back foot? Some of you have it turned out really significantly. If it's turned out a little bit, that's okay. But what you don't want to do is bring your heel up yet. You want to lower the center of gravity until you feel that heel. You feel the calf stretching. You feel the Achilles. Yeah, see how I'm pushing the knee in the back down? And my knee up here is in line with my ankle. Now, Am I like trying to keep my balance? Yes. So if you need a pole, a wall, a counter to just place your hand on, do it. But don't mess the posture up that I'm trying to talk you through. Okay, so now I'm feeling it in the Achilles. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna just walk. So I'm gonna take this up, and I'm gonna go right to here. Okay, and remember this back foot, if it's turned out a little, it's okay, but not a lot, not like a duck. So here's my center. So when you took that step, if you weren't noticing, you kind of bent forward a little bit. So I'm saying pick the rib cage up. This is your center. And now drop the center. But don't bring your heel up. Okay? If you need to put your hand on something so that you stay in your positioning, do that. But this is also a balance kind of a tutorial. Or it's a balance skill drill is what it is. See, I'm coming down. I've got a pressure. I've got some nice pressure on that calf and the Achilles. I'm feeling it. Then I'm going to come up and I'm going to just take a walk. See? Take a walk. Just like that. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Raise the rib cage. Yeah. That means back extension. Then lower your center of gravity. So you need to get used to being in contact with or awareness of where's your center. And do you see the front knee? The front knee is in line with the ankle. It's not out over the toe. Okay? So this is getting you into a position where you actually can get into the fascial linings in your joints, muscles. Okay? That's what I'm trying to get you to do. Okay, take a breath. I'm going to take one more step because I got a little room here. So first of all, check your posture. Yeah, I want you to stay here for a bit. Yeah, see how that knee is down? Yeah, drop your shoulders. Big breath through the nose, rib cage up. Now I'm going to take a step. So I'm going to shift, take that step, not super wide, just a step. And now I'm going to lower my center. See, here's my center. I just lowered it a little. Just a little. See, my knee is pretty much still in line with my ankle. It doesn't go out much. See, this is going down. So that addresses ankle stiffness, knee, foot, plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendons, everything in this kind of a move. And holding. Now I'm going to go back. Going to go back. Going to go back. Going to go back. So one of the things, I'm going to do 3 things today to help you with your knees. If you have painful knees, crickety knees, okay? So one of them is what we just did because we addressed the ankles. So now just kind of gently walk forward and walk back. Okay, let me get my pole. Anytime that you're going to do steady state holding, always have a chair, a pole. I keep saying it over and over. Get your safety net. And it might be just simple as this. Okay? And just take a walk front to back. So one of the things to help you have better, less painful knees, better functioning knees, is to include backward walking. Backward walking. And when you're doing backward walking, always have your safety net. Okay? Some of the worst falls that you can take is when you are walking backwards and you're not thinking. Many of us have been there. So as you're ambulating right now, you're doing backward walking, okay? And then you go forward. Take a big deep breath. So backward walking would be one. We're going to do a fascial or sumo squat. Number two. And working on our gluteals, your gluteals, your butt muscles. Yeah, those are the three things that if you will include on a regular basis, you're going to have a better time with your knees. Okie dokie. A lot of times we overemphasize quadriceps. We underemphasize hamstring and gluteal. Okay. So you might say, well, how can I do that right now? I'm doing it right now. When I go to push right there, and I've talked to some of them that walk in class, and at first you have to slow down if you want to contract your gluteal muscle. So see, I'm trying to get you to do quite a bit of backward walking right now. Don't go fast. And this gives you a chance to, right there, see I'm stepping right there. When you're putting pressure on that toe, the toe box, right there is when you squeeze your gluteal, okay? So right there, see the toe, squeeze, right there, squeeze, right there, squeeze. When you go forward, it's when you push off, squeeze, as if somebody was coming at you with a big shot. That's what I want you to do, is just contract the gluteal. And if you need to slow down and you totter a little bit, just get your towel. So what I'm showing you right now, you could do all day. You could do all day. And your knees will thank you. So heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Now when you go backwards, we're going to start contracting the gluteal. See? So the amount of contraction that you're going to get right now, of course, is not like when you're throwing weights around, but it's a contraction of your butt. We got to start getting our butts on board, okay? When I come here and I push off my toe, that's when I think of that shot coming at me, right there. See, I'm pushing off right there. This one squeezes. Pushing off, squeeze. Pushing off, squeeze. Yes. Then you come back, then you come back, then you come back, then you come back. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead, since we're still kind of in our warm-up, because one of the best things you can do during your warm-up is to turn on those butt muscles, okay? We go around all day long, sitting on our butts, and they're just squished out like a pancake. Well, that's the opposite of what I want you to do. Now I'm going to do two things to really turn on the butt muscles right now. I'm going to do a direct lift. And yeah, if I had leg weights on my legs, that would be great. And if you want to put leg weights on, do it. However, I'm kind of a lame horse here because I can't do a lot of pressure through the abdominal. I can do functional, and that's what I'm doing. Hands go here. If you want to put leg weights on, God bless you. Do it. But then you have to be very mindful of what you're doing. My purpose right now is to help you. I've just given you one of the primary ways that you can start pulling the big old gluteal muscles into your everyday motion. When you're pushing off with your toe, whether you're going forward or backward, you contract here. Otherwise, you're just going to be doing the walking motion like throwing your leg. I want you to squeeze your gluteal. And at first, you might have to slow down a little bit. Big breaths through the nose. And if you're chewing gum, if Nancy's on, you're going to have to really think about this, Nancy. Okay? Push down. I'm at the chair. I'm going to put my toe back here. When I put my toe back here, I say rib cage up, I drop my shoulders. I squeeze right there. Drop my shoulders. And then all in the world that I want to do is release my toe. I don't want to lift. I just want to release. So you gotta squeeze your butt muscle in order to do that. So squeeze the butt muscle and just release. That's it. And then go back to the toe, bend the knee. Big breath. Straight leg. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Tighten your tummy. Now all I want you to do is squeeze through the butt and lift. That's it. See, I'm not lifting my leg way up. I'm releasing my toe. And then I come right back into the toe and then release and then squeeze. So I want you to release and squeeze so that you get used to the feeling of contracting your gluteal. Okay? And there's three of them. Gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius. And then a whole bunch of other supporting actors. So don't think or don't be discouraged if you think, oh, I just can't get that going. I don't know. Okay, right now, I'm squeezing the gluteal because I want to release the toe by squeezing right there. Drop your shoulders, breath. Now hold it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Now put the toe down and release. Release, release, release. So I'm just going to do like, I don't know. I think I've done 2 now. I'm going to do 2 more. Okay, drop your shoulders. Okay, rib cage up. Yes. Pull my chin in. Big breath. Pull the weight into the front leg. Open the toes. And squeeze the gluteal now. That big old shot is coming at you. And the first thing you want to do, which is something we shouldn't do, is clench. That's what I want you to do, is squeeze that butt and just hold that up there. And then put the toe down and release. Take a breath, go back into it, drop your shoulders, squeeze. Ah, right there. Right there. Ah, squeeze. Breath, 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 breath. Back down and back down. Then I'm going to just walk back, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. I just have room to do 2 or 3 backward walks. Then I'm going to go up. When I push off my toe, what am I going to do? Squeeze. When I push off my toe, what am I going to do? Right there. Squeeze. You got to get used to turning those gluteal muscles on. I'm telling you. Your knee and your knee pain and the misalignment of muscle tension is what we can control. And a lot of times, the weakness in our gluteal muscles is what causes a lot of knee pain, okay? So here I am, drop my shoulders, tighten my tummy, breath through my nose, put my toe back. And now when I put my toe back, I'm gonna act like somebody's coming at this cheek with a big old shot, okay? Drop your shoulders again, take a breath through your nose, squeeze, and by squeezing that, you want to lift. Squeezing it, you want to lift. Breath, 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 breath. We'll go back to the toe, take a big deep breath. So I've shifted back now. I'm getting a little bit of stretch in my calf and in my heel. Take a breath. Now I'm going to shift. I'm going to go to the toe. It's a straight leg. Now squeeze the gluteal so that you just have a release of the toe. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breath, 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 breath. Ruby's in fine form this morning. She's howling. Okay, shift. So we released. You've released. Okay. You got to get this release contraction thing going. Shift, tighten, drop the shoulders, breathe, squeeze, And you're up there. You're really up there. Holding it, holding it, holding it. Breath, 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 breath. And come back down. So it's just a lifting and a lifting and a lifting. You could do the same thing laying down in your little bed, laying down in the floor. But all of the posture has to be there. You can't just go throwing like this and bending everywhere. You can't do that. It won't work. I'm trying to get you to turn these gluteal muscles on, especially if you've set on them a little too much. Drop your shoulders and just do one at a time. As you pull your heel back, you squeeze the gluteal. Now you release. Okay, now squeeze them and pull. And keep them squeezing and then release. Now squeeze and pull. And pull. And pull. You gotta feel those gluteals. This is one of the best ways to get those gluteals on target. You know why? Because you're standing in the day, you're walking in the day. That's when you want to engage the gluteals. And if you keep doing this, just be mindful of even part of the time while you're walking around doing stuff. And if you're like, oh, I forget, how do I really squeeze those? Just pull your heel back, squeeze, pull your heel back, squeeze, pull your heel back. You'll get it. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to show you another. I told you I was going to show you 3. So I showed you how to push off, right? Showed you how to push off. When do you contract your gluteal? When you're walking. When you push off with the toe. So when I'm pushing right there, I'm squeezing. Then I release, and then I'm going to push. So take the time to slow it down, and when I go to push, if you don't squeeze and contract the gluteal to push off, you're just going to go just throwing your legs around and then wonder, why is my knee bothering me? Why is my back bothering me? Etc. So this is a key thing that we have to kind of retrain ourselves. So what is another technique to get your gluteals on board? Stair climbing. If you have a set of stairs in your house, you got a ready-made little fitness device. Now, some of you in your exercise room don't have a steppy stool. This one was created just for like classes and stuff like that. I think you can still purchase them. Anyway, then you can also have a little stool to sit on, but it's very stable. Do not do this if you don't have a stable stool. What you want to do is step up on your balance pad. Okay? So step up on the balance pad, squeeze the gluteal, and come back down. Step up, squeeze, and come back down. You get the idea. Now, if you have a stair, this is about the same as a stair step. When you do that, and you're pushing yourself up right there, wow, that is a ready-made contractor for the gluteal. So I'll just come up, squeeze. I might do 2 or 3. I don't do it fast. Keep my shoulders down. So when I'm pushing up there, you gotta really squeeze that butt muscle. Take your hand and actually put your fingers right on the gluteal. Are you getting it to firm up? That may be a big order for some of us. I'm just kidding. But it's true. So right now, see this one's hanging and I'm contracting this gluteal, this one that's stepping. Okay, if I'm telling you, if you would do just 2 or 3 sets of 10 to 20, that's a big range, but do it correctly, you would work your whole leg, but especially your gluteal muscle, okay? And I can do this and squeeze and really squeeze and then come back down. Okay, breath, squeeze and come back down. And squeeze. So right now, this is got to be tight. Okay, now I'm going to switch. So I'm going to come here. So when I go to come up, I'm just going to press straight up and squeeze. So yes, I'm getting quad work, but because I've slowed it down and made a point to do the move with the assist of the big butt muscles, that means everything. So big breath, drop your shoulders, put your hand on something to keep you stable. And if you want to do it with no hands, that's great, but it's there if you need it. So here's the point. As I'm coming up, this is really clenched. And then you release. See that? Big breath, drop your shoulders. Listen, everybody may think, well, when is she going to start lifting? When is she going to start doing some of these hard things? This is the hard thing, okay? You got to turn these gluteals back on. For those of us with hips replaced, with hip joints replaced, knees replaced, this is crucial. And it's something you can do all day, every day. I'm watching a little play out. Ruby has got her eye on a huge, bigger than her groundhog. And the groundhog is eating my apples. And she's watching. Take a big breath, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Back down, here we go. Squeeze. Yes. See, this is something you can do because it's centered around functional work, which means something you do all day. Okay. Now, we're going to go to the squatting stuff. And yes, I'm going to use weights. And by the way, any of this stuff that I'm doing right now, if you've got a weight vest, you just pop that little weight vest on. You're going to get heightened weight load of any of this stuff, okay? So now, those of you who have arthritis, you have joint issues, whatever it may come from, arthritis, lupus, osteoporosis, all the osises, okay? Itises, tendinitis, bursitis, everything. Start your sit to stands with your balance pad on your chair. It's not very much, but it's a little, it's 2 inches. So you're going to stand shoulder width, a little bit wider than shoulder width, okay? You're going to be standing at the chair leg width. How's that? Okay? Now, what the move that I emphasize and teach people, like number 1, is the hip hinge, is to sit down and stand up using a hip hinge. So just do a hip hinge, okay? Drop your shoulders, take a big breath, press through the heels, and then come back. Don't go all the way down. That's when you start getting into trouble. So if you're on here and you're over the ages of 50, okay? And I see a lot of 50-year-olds that should be doing, and 40-year-olds that should be doing exactly what we're doing, because it's taking into consideration your joints. Oh, that's the thing. So you got to back off a little bit. So what am I doing? I'm just resting my hands here. I'm seeing, how does things feel when I hip hinge with my rib cage up, my back extended, my chin tucked, and I go down a little. I don't even get to the pad yet. And I do it at least 6 to 8 times, maybe 10 times. See this? Why do I do that? because it's this motion. And then if I add my hands, I'm getting another really good warm up for my shoulders. As you're approaching the down, here's the first thing that I would correct for many of you, because you start doing this and then you kind of, your brain kind of goes into neutral. And then you know what happens? You start doing this. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. Instead of going down here, you go down with your head, okay? And your toes could be out just a tiny bit. That'd be okay. Just not like a duck. And then hip hinge here, breath, back down. All you have to do is just rotate through the shoulders. So go into your heels, drop your chin. Into your heels, drop your chin. Your back is extended. Okay, one more. One more until what? One more until we're going to go ahead and sit. Okay? So hip hinge. You're coming down and you're touching the back of the hamstring. And when you power on up, you're squeezing right here, right there. Then you release, you push back, chin tucked. You go down until you are touching the back of your hamstring, the back of your thigh, and then you come back up. So see, I'm not even sitting yet. So we're going to do 10 this way. Don't focus on 10. Just come down, touch the backs of the hamstrings, feel it. When you're up here, this is tight. Now it's released. Now you're coming down, you're touching, and you're coming back. Take a big breath, touching, reaching, coming back. Keep your chin tucked. Big breath through the nose. Big breath through the nose. Big breath through the nose. And one more. And then come back. Okay, so that's the hip hinge. 2 touching on that pad. Now we're going to go ahead and sit. And we're going to go ahead and sit using the hip hinge method, where you shift into your heels, and then you come down, and then you're there, and you sit. See that? Then you hip hinge, you put your hands in a V, and you put them right here. Take a breath through your nose, drop your shoulders, push, heels, and you're up. 1, 2. Then you're going to come back down. 1, 2, 3, hover, or hoover, or something, hover. 4, and you're sitting. We're only going to do 2 more here, because we're fixing to take those 2 inches out. Okay? Hip hinge right here. As I come up, there's the squeeze. There's the squeeze. Then you hip hinge, drop your chin, come down, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're down. See that? Then I'm going to take the little pad out from underneath me. And for 2 inches, you're going to see a big difference here. Okay? Drop my shoulders. Yes. Hip hinge. Yes. Instead of pulling on something, put your hands right here in a V. Push. See what I'm looking for here is heel, push, and flat back. Okay? Yeah, just like that. Heel, and you're up. Now we're going to come down, down, down. Do not put your head lower. Come down here and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a breath. So I'm just kind of holding a little bit. The cadence is like 2 counts up. It's supposed to be 4 counts down, but I'll always push it to as much as I can get. Drop your shoulders. Hip hinge. Back is extended. Up. Now squeeze. You gotta squeeze when you're up here. Okay, gotta squeeze. Take a quick breath. Drop your shoulders. Then you come down. Don't put your head lower than your butt. Get down there. Get down there. Get down there. Hold it. hold it, and then sit. Okay? So that is the hip hinge and back extension and pushing into the heels way of doing squats. Okay? So instead of calling it squats, I just call it sit to stand. Then I'm going to open the hips. Okay? So now my toe is down, my knee is down, I'm flexing my toes in the back. Okay? I can turn and really get a nice stretch and then lean back into that move. Keep your knee down. Pull. So some of these moves that I'm doing this morning is really just trying to get you unstuck. Really. Okay? And if you will lock in on I'm doing, there's a couple of major categories, and then I go off on different things. But there's a couple of major ones that I'm capitalizing on, and a lot of it is hinging on gluteal activation. Yes. Yeah, we're going to do some shoulders too today, though. Okay? So get yourself adjusted here so that you're right on the edge. The knee goes down. You're flexing your toes. Very important. Reach around on the chair and then lean back into that whole move. Take a big deep breath. You're turning your chin, turning your chin, turning your chin. Big breath. Big breath, big breath. Keep that knee headed down. Open back a little more. Take a big breath, take a big breath. Then you come right here. Now let's go into the little guys, but they're very important. The adductors and abductors. And how do you do that? You just sit here. You can sit on a bench. You can sit on a car fender, a chair, and lean in, and then come back. Okay? So if I were just with you right now, I would be standing right beside you, and I would just, as you're going forward, just run my hand right here, because I want to see what you're doing. Okay? So keep that back extended as you come down. Don't round it. The minute somebody gets to where it's getting a little uncomfortable through here, they round their back. Don't do it. Drop your shoulders. Your feet are wide. Hip hinge. Elbows are right here on your thigh, right above your knee. Then you're going to turn. I don't care which way, but you got to keep your shoulders down. Okay, I'll spell that for you someday. Keep them down. Push into that forearm, the opposite knee from where you're looking. Push. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath. Big deep breath. Notice where your pressure is on your feet and notice your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Big breaths. Yeah, get that air in there. Then come center. When you come center, I want you to try to come down a little lower, but don't round your back. Take a big breath. Then go to the other side and look the opposite way of where you're pushing with your elbow. Push into that leg. Drop your shoulders. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. And then come to center. Now, while you're here in the center position, you don't even have to go very far. I want you to take one hand and put it right down between the legs, right here. See that? So this shoulder is lifted a little. See? Then I'm going to bring my elbow up, and then I'm going to bring my arm up. This will tell you what dysfunction is happening in your shoulder. So I can tell you this is very difficult for me. This is the shoulder I landed on in the road when I got hit by a car a long time ago. Okay, keep your chin down, pulling back, pulling back. Now bend the elbow and pull back a little more. And then rotate back down. Woo, that's a big one. Drop the shoulders first. Take a breath second. Put the opposite hand right down the center. Your back is extended. And now the shoulder that's lifted, you're going to go way back and you're going to look over the shoulder. You're going to really hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Take a breath. Don't round your back. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Take a breath. Then bend the elbow, pull the elbow back, and then come back down. And then come back up. Okay? Now, put your hands right in front of you like this, and right like this. And just come down with the elbow. See that move? See, it's right here, right out there. You come right with a bent elbow, and then you tuck the elbows in like you're trying to hit the chair back. Yeah, just like that. And while you're trying to hit the chair back, drop your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. As if you were trying to hold a pencil between your shoulder blades. So this whole next segment almost is, these are called K's moves. I got you, Kay. Okay, right here. Yes. You're going to go right here to a 90 degree. Then you're going to rotate and pull those elbows back here like you're going to hit the chair. See that? And you can bend them up here, or you can bend them down. Try to go up and squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then go down and squeeze your shoulder blades together. They will use two different types of emphasis on the shoulder girdle. And then come down here and go in. And come up and go in. And come down and go in. Okay, just try to squeeze that. Big deep breath. Swing those arms up. And then do that move again. Okay, you're going to swing the arms up. And you're going to come down. And you're going to try to touch the back of the chair with your elbows. Don't round your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay? Then you're going to come down and swing them up. And then you're going to come right back down into pushing the elbows to the chairs. The chair back, right there. But drop your shoulders and shoulder blades come in. Breath, 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 breath. Now you're going to hip hinge, come up. Okay? Now we're kind of going into a little shoulder segment here. We'll be sitting some, but not a lot. So here's where, if you have a 3 pound, which anybody who got the sets of weights from me, you have 3 pounds. You just go to the very lightest. So 3 pounds. And if you have a shoulder that acts up once in a while, for sure, only do 3 pounds. Maybe none. That would be fine too. So I'm going to stand right here, and I'm going to bring these weights right here. See this? See this? So if you have a shoulder that is screwed up before, do not go into more than 3 or 4 pounds. You know, you could do 5, but little is okay now. Because you got to remember, we're doing this for your joints to work. And then we address the muscle and everything else. But if you're coming up like this and you have locked your arms, we need to step back. Don't lock the arms. Number 1. So I'm going to take a stance with my feet open just a bit. And I'm sitting into my heels, and then I shift into my toe box. See that? But as I lift the weights, my elbow is soft. It goes just like this. So you don't lock your arm. Okay? I remember way back, a lady who was doing some of her own work, and she had like, I don't know, she was using like a 6 to an 8 pound. She thought the more the better. And she was doing this move right here, this move. but she locked her arms. See, she wasn't doing it with shoulder engagement. Now see, so while I'm doing this, I'm facing you. I'm gently squeezing in on my gluteals. My rib cage is very lifted. Elbows are soft. And as I come up, my shoulder blade does not stick out. Okay? That's the trick. You got to do this move with the whole shoulder girdle. You can't just go throwing a big old weight up there with a straight locked out arm. Drop your shoulders, breath, exhale. And I would be standing behind you right now. And I would have my hand on your shoulder blade. And as you're lifting, I would want to feel your deltoid, your shoulder flexing. And I don't want that shoulder blade to stick out. It goes into the back. While I'm doing this very important forward lift, keeping my shoulders down, my tummy's tight, and I'm squeezing in the gluteals. Breath, I'm going from my heels to my toes. Breath. Yeah, take a big deep breath. Take a big deep breath. Take a big deep breath. We just got 2 more. Breath, keep your shoulder down, don't go fast. Shoulder down. Okay, now go right here to the side. Now I'm gonna step in a staggered stance. See that? So that means ankle, that means knee is pressing. This is the first move we did this morning. Okay, we just took a walk. See, we just stepped out. And then what I had you do is lower your center of gravity with your heel down. Remember that? Now then, the shoulders are gonna go down, and I'm gonna keep my elbows a little bit soft, and I'm gonna lift right to there. And I'm gonna feel how that weight is. If it's too much, I will put them down and just do this lift to the side with no weight. But here's the deal. You cannot let your shoulders come up. You got to drop your shoulders. And it's a very different lift when you use your whole shoulder girdle. You don't overdo it to get this move. Your shoulders will thank you if you'll just back off a little bit and do a lighter weight and do it properly. Okay, take a big breath. I've got about 2 or 3 more to go. You see, I'm not going up much. I'm not going up past my shoulder. Okay, 1 more with this stance, and then I'm going to change my stance. Right here, hold, 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 hold. Come down and come back up. I got to watch the time because I got to get to the last, most important thing by build up for the whole class. Here's my split stance. Okay, all it is just taking a step. That's it. Drop your shoulders, take a breath, soften the elbows, rib cage up, and we come right to here. Take a big deep breath, come back down. Don't just start throwing these weights. Drop your shoulders. As you're coming up, you gotta drop your shoulders. You gotta soften the elbows. Take a breath, squeeze through the gluteal in the back. Yeah, the back leg, that's the gluteal that you're trying to squeeze right there. Take a breath, squeeze, breath, exhale, drop your shoulders right there, right there, right there. Breath, drop your shoulders. Just 1 more. Breath, drop your shoulders right there and come back down. So I worked with very lightweight and or body weight with those. There's a couple more that we're gonna get to tomorrow or Wednesday. However, so now I'm gonna go to the last move that is your weapon to not have so much knee pain. Okay, so we're gonna take a wide stance for this. You could take the wide stance right at your chair so that if you you know, felt like you needed to sit down, it would be right there. It's up to you. However, this right here is shoulder width, right? Then we went a little wider, chair width. And we did a lot of hip hinging, sit to stands, correct? And that's the focus for a lot of us, the hip hinging and pushing the butt back. So the difference now, instead of pushing the butt back, what I want to do is take a wide stance with my toes out just a little bit, okay? Tight tummy, drop my shoulders, and all I'm gonna do with my knees is lower my center of gravity. See, lower my center of gravity with my knees tracking over my toes, but my butt not pushing out. And you find your sweet spot, find it, because a lot of times correctly, we want to do a hip hinge to sit down. But now we're trying to strengthen gluteal at the same time as we do this fascial type of a squat. Okay, some people call it sumo squat. Okay, so when I'm down here, the minute, how do I know when I'm down far enough and I'm doing it wrong? When I come down, I don't want my butt pushing back. I want my knees tracking over my toes. And when I'm coming down here, the minute that I start to feel myself leaning forward, that's when I gotta stop. Then I come up. So draw the gluteals up and then push back down. The minute that you start to do this, you need to stop. Okay? So this is called by some practitioners a fascial squat. I call it the sumo squat because you go into some other motions. But here's the deal. Don't let your knees come in or out. They track right over. When you start to bend forward from your belly button, from your hip hinge, then you have to stop. Then you come back up. So you don't go down very far, but right now you're just squeezing your gluteals like everything right there. Drop your shoulders. Come down, 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 down. Hold it right down there. Yeah, feet are down. And here's the deal. You're primarily in your toes. That's the big change here. You're not in your heels. You're in your toes. You're squeezing, squeezing. Right down there now. Push through your toes. Push through your toes and come up. Come back down. I'll go to the second part of this on Wednesday. Okay, don't lean in. Don't lean in. Just go straight down. It's not much. It's not much. Because we're working on more issues than just muscles and bones. It's that fascial lining that has to get some nutrients in there to get more flexible, especially for your knees. I know we're pushing the time limit here. Anyway, I brought you all the way here to get to that move. So I hope you'll be thinking about how to turn those gluteals on, okay? The shot thing always works for me. Whatever. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to turn it off. I hope it helped.